Hey guys, Dr. Matt here from Robin Wellness Center, and today we want to talk about how do we deal with sciatica at home when it's related to a disc issue. Now we've talked in the past before about how do we deal with an intervertebral disc issue or herniated or bulging disc, and this is going to be right up that same exact alley, except for now that disc is actually pinching on that sciatic nerve that comes right down the back side of the leg, creating that sciatica. Now the first thing that we want to do is be hanging from a bar, and this is meant to decompress the spine. Now, some people will have one of those pull-up bars at home. Obviously, probably most people don't have this at home. A lot of people are members of a gym, Snap Fitness, LA Fitness, whatever those are, and a lot of them have bars there. So what we want to do is hang from the bar, let those feet go backwards, so that way we get all of that long axis tractioning done in the lumbar spine. All right, and we want to hang there for 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds, however long that we can. And if you feel any sort of pain or spasm begin, then we want to get out of that. Now the next thing we want to do, and we'll go right over here, is we're going to do what's called a cobra. And you guys have seen this before too, and this is a fantastic exercise. Dr. Catherine will have you lay down right here, and we'll have you come up and do a cobra. This is meant to take that disc and push it from posterior to anterior, basically from the back to the front, to get it off compressing either the spinal cord or that nerve root that's shooting down and creating that sciatica. She's going to make sure to clench her buttocks here to put a lot of the pressure right in towards that lumbar spine to get those discs moving forward. And I typically tell people you want to hold this pose for about 10 to 15 seconds and do it 5 times in a row with a good rest of about 5 or 6 seconds in between. Now the last thing we want to do, and I'm going to have you stand up here, Dr. Catherine, is just an easy wall lean. And this is meant to help, so to say, center the disc and get movement back into the lumbar spine, because anytime a disc is herniated or it's bulged or anything like that, you've got these invisible hands that squeeze around that lumbar spine or wherever that herniation or disc bulge is in order to try to stabilize it. But we want to try to push and create negative pressure within that disc and get that disc as centered as possible so it's not extruding out or bulging out and pushing the nerve roots. So we're going to have you do a wall lean, put her shoulder against here, and she's going to sag her hips in towards the wall. Now one other thing she can do to help exaggerate this movement is put her arm on the wall and slowly push outwards. And she can do this, I want her doing it on each side. There's going to be one side that's typically a heck of a lot more painful than the other, but I want her doing it on both sides for up to a minute. If you can do it for a minute to a minute and a half, that means you're pretty darn good to go on it. Those are 3 really easy exercises in order to deal with sciatica at home when it's dealing with a disc issue.